Meanwhile, across town in Chiwatule, preparations for another major Boxing Day concert are ongoing. The police not only cleared artist Bebe Cool's concert, but also he obtained a presidential endorsement, with President Museveni inviting revelers to attend. Our team is also on hand at Chiwatule and gives us an update. My colleague Sudirya Ruhanga is standing by. Sudirya Ruhanga, good afternoon. What's going on in Chiwatule where you are?
I'm at Chiwatule Recreation Grounds where Mutima Gwazab concert is going to be held today, this evening. And basically what is on the ground, security is tight. I see police personnel and also the army taking charge of the security. On the other side, my camera person, you can check the other side. I see the VIP section has already been set. Some few people are already coming in, though it's trying to brave the scorching sun, but even the lights are already up, and the other technicians are trying to set the sound to ensure that everything goes well. The guitars, the drums, and everybody who has a part to play in this very place, it is already happening. Bebe Cool is the main person behind the entire event. Is here with us, and of course we wanted to know, maybe because of light we could move a little bit like this. Bebe Cool. We just wanted to know, were you cleared by police?
Yes, I was cleared 2 weeks ago. I started my applications a month and a half ago. The last letter that I had to submit, I submitted it 3 weeks ago. That is the KCCA one. That's the harder one, because that one you have to take KCCA officials onto the venue. They make a research on the toilets. They make sure you have the venue. You've paid for it, because there's always been wars between organizers of events and venue holders. Venue holders usually, when they're not paid, they switch off the electricity. So what KCCA requires, it requires a receipt before you start any single advert, a receipt of paid venue. They come and they visit the place, they check on toilets and blah, then they want a receipt of the ambulance. That's when they consider you. That was the one that was a bit tough for me.
What other requirements have you met that police had already put up as a must do?
It's not just police. There are different offices you have to go to. Police, NEMA, KCCA. So nowadays, you don't apply an individual letter. The letters follow each other. Police says, first bring a letter from KCCA. KCCA says, give me one from NEMA, because they all are connected now. So the last one, that's why I spoke about it earlier, the one for KCCA. So if a person does not know nowadays how it goes, it's going to be hard for them or tough. So what the problem with organizers, what they do is they start advertising before they get the final permission. Actually, the final permission is the permission. So if you miss NEMA, that means you're not cleared within there, because NEMA, NEMA will complain about the sound and whatever is around. So
So are you aware of what is happening in Msavala and Bobi Wine's concert being cancelled?
No, I just hear whatever it is.
But does it make you feel bad to see a colleague in the same industry, in art, have his concert cancelled?
I feel bad for him, because you see, him and his organizers are the ones who went wrong. If there's a letter, you've been asked to do things by the police, just abide by the police. We are all under the same law. You're not above. I mean, I'm a friend of the president, but I have the letters from all the officers. How come? And you all know, let us not pretend, you all know the issues surrounding him. If you have been told not to politic on a concert, don't politic. So if you politic, for me, I can politic because I'm a civilian. It's my event. I'm not a member of parliament. I'm not a government official. I'm not a politician. But if you have laws that you're supposed to abide by, I think you people who report these things, we need to be serious on this. This is not about who is big, who is small. This is about we are all under the same law. If they tell you to do something, do it. And according to me, that's my analysis.
Some people look at it as if this is a Bebe Cool Museveni versus Bobi Wine.
Where were the same people when the Bobi Wine fans pelted bottles at me? Where was the press? I have not performed for 3 months. Where have Ugandans been? Why didn't Bobi Wine condemn people for throwing bottles at me? Entire Ugandan, don't I have a family to feed? Do you know how many people feed on Bebe Cool per concert? 3 months of Bebe Cool not performing. How comes you're not putting that as an issue? Am I a foreigner? And even if I was a foreigner, don't I have the right to perform? Why do you stand today to say that it is so? Is he any special that he's supposed to perform Bebe Cool? It's okay for Bebe Cool not to perform, but it's not okay for Bobi Wine to not to perform. So I don't understand the logic here. When you ask me as a Ugandan, I feel so sorry for people who look for sympathy. If Bebe Cool and if all Ugandans never came out to condemn the act of throwing bottles towards Bebe Cool has a family to feed. I've not been performing for how many months?
Now, may I ask, is the president going to be part of this event?
Let's see. If he gets impressed and is bored at home, he has. I permit him to pass by. You know, nowadays when he passes by, he buys soda, Pepsi soda for people. So, but let's not politicize this. Let's act like Ugandans and mature people. This is Bebe Cool's concert. That is Bobi Wine's concert. I wasn't there for Charenga. It went ahead. The same police protected who? Bobi Wine. Now this is Bebe Cool. Why do you want to? I saw some people writing, let Bebe Cool also cancel his. On what deal? My kids have to go to school. I have 200 children. For a layman, a lay Ugandan, to pay for school fees. I haven't seen my colleague of Chalenga paying anyone's school fees, sincerely speaking, after all those people came in Chalenga. Okay? How come? The only thing I saw was bouncers complaining about pay. So let us balance the boat here. What do I have to do with him being closed?
But you feel you should have a fair play in this whole this, a leveled ground for all of you. If he has met all the guidelines that they were, you know. Yeah?
I feel if he has met all the guidelines and he plays by the rules and regulations, he deserves to perform. But I'm not going to say that because he never came out to condemn his hooligans throwing bottles at me. That's not a fair playground. I'm not a politician, I'm a singer. Have you ever asked him that question? Today, every viewer who's watching should ask that question. How come Bobi Wine and his crew never came out to condemn the hooliganism that has stopped Bebe Cool for performing? I'm not a politician, it was a concert. Why?
Thank you so much. That was Bebe Cool out there. And of course, as I told you, the show is going to take place in this very place. People trickling in one by one. And who knows, later on in the evening, maybe this whole place will be full. But whatever views that he expressed, NTV does not associate with them. They are his and independently.